Hello friends, in this video I have explained the previous year CPET mathematics question and the solution are also provided. Here I have explained question 1 to question 35. Next. Also I provide the shortcut tricks to how to answer the such question in short time of period. So let us start it. Now question 2. Here given that f and g are bounded function and two statements are given. We have to find which of the following statements are correct. And first statement says that f composition g is bounded, and second statement says that f plus g is unbounded. Here we know that f and g are bounded functions, then composition of bounded function is always bounded and addition is also bounded. So option C is correct, that is option 1 is true but second is false. Now question 3. Here the question asks about which of the following is uncountable, and 4 options are given. We know that the set of rational, natural number and integer are always countable set, and set of real number are uncountable set. So Cartesian product of uncountable set is uncountable, that is r cross r is uncountable. So option B is correct. Now question 4. Here the number of limit point of the set S is equal to 1 by n, where n belongs to n is, that is only one limit point, because when we take limit n tends to infinity 1 by n is equal to 0. So limit point of that set is 0, that is the single limit point, and 0 is the limit point. So number of limit point is only 1. So option B is correct. Now come to question 5. Here an be a sequence of positive real number and L with the limiting point of limit n tends to infinity an plus 1 by an, then which of the following statement is true? Here this is the some D'Alemont ratio test type of statement. So by using D'Alemont ratio test, we say that the sequence an is convergence, or the series an is converges if L is less than 1, and we know that every convergence sequence, a sequence is said to be converged if the limiting value of that sequence is 0. So option D is correct one, because when L is less than 1, the sequence an is convergent, and we know that a sequence is convergent if its limit is 0. So option D is correct. Now question 6. Which one of the following is not true? Here option C is correct, because every Cauchy sequence is always convergent given, but we know that every Cauchy sequence is convergent in R only, that is set of real number. So here the statement says that every Cauchy sequence is always convergent. So always convergent we cannot say that. So option C is correct, because which one of the following is not true is given. Now question 7. Here the sum equal to how much, and the sum is k is equal to 1 to infinity 1 over k square plus k is given there. Now 1 over k square plus k, break it as 1 by k into k plus 1, that is 1 by k minus 1 by k plus 1, and taking summation we get the term as 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 dot dot dot. Here see minus 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 are cancelled out. Similarly minus 1 by 3 and plus 1 by 3 cancel out, and remaining terms are 1 minus 1 by n plus 1. Now taking limit, as limit n tends to infinity, we get 1, because 1 by n plus 1 goes to 0. So limiting point is 1. That means the series is equal to 1. So option B is correct. Now question 8. Here given that 0 less than is equal to dk, less than is equal to ak, less than is equal to sec, for all k greater than is equal to n, for some n belongs to natural number set n, then which of the following statement is true? Here option B is true by using sandwich theorem. It says that If Ck converges, then Ak also converges. This is the statement of sandwich theorem. By using statement of sandwich theorem, we claim that option A is correct one. Now question 9. Here Sn is a sequence given that, and Sn is of the type 1 plus minus 1 to the power n by n, where n belongs to set of natural number n, and we have to choose which of the following statement is true. So the writing the terms of the sequence Sn, we get 1 minus 1, 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by 3, 1 plus 1 by 4, and when n tends to infinity, Sn converges to 1. Also, it is not monotonic sequence. Here we cannot say that the terms of the sequence are monotonically increasing or monotonically decreasing. So it is not a monotonic sequence. So option C is correct. That is, the sequence Sn is neither monotonically increasing nor monotonically decreasing, but it is convergent, and converging value is 1. So option C is correct one. Now come to question 10. Here limit n tends to infinity, summation k equal to 1 to n, k by k square plus n equal to how much? The correct answer is log root 2, and the solution are provided in the solution. Here this is the limit transfer to integration. So by using some substitution, we get the result. Now come to this question 11. Here the series is uniformly convergent or absolutely convergent, or both uniformly and absolutely convergent. We have to check this, and the series is given as sin nx by n to the power alpha, and alpha is greater than 1. Here let us check. By using Weierstrass M test for uniform convergence, we say that the series sin nx by n to the power alpha, where alpha greater than 1 is uniformly converges, as by taking mn is equal to 1 by n to the power alpha, which is of the type 1 by n to the power alpha, and this is by using p test we can check 1 by n to the power p is convergent when the p is greater than 1. Here p is replaced with alpha, that is alpha is greater than 1. That means the series 1 by n to the power alpha is convergent. So we can say the series is uniformly convergence, and by absolute convergence, so we know that the bound of sin x is minus 1 to 1, and also for sin nx minus 1 to 1. So by applying the absolute convergency, we get the series is also absolutely convergent, and both uniformly convergence and absolutely convergence is true. That is option C is correct one. That is both uniformly and absolutely convergent is true. Now question 12. Here the radius of convergence of the power series is how much, and power series is given as summation n is equal to 0 to infinity 2 to the power 2n x to the power n square is how much. Here we know that the formula 1 by r is equal to limit n tends to infinity n to the power 1 by n. Here an is 2 to the power 2n, so 2 to the power 2n to the power 1 by n, and limit n goes to infinity, we get limit n tends to infinity 2 square is equal to 4. That means r is equal to 1 by 4. That is the correct answer. Now question 13. Here fx is given, and the question asks about fx is discontinuous at which point, and fx is a piecewise function. So to check the continuity, the correct answer is option A is correct. That is x is equal to 1, the function is discontinuous. So that means as x is equal to 1, the function is discontinuous. That means the left hand limit and right hand limit not equal. So let us find out the first left hand limit, that is limit x approaches to 1 negative fx, that is limit x approaches to 1 negative x minus 1 is equal to 0, and limit x approaches to 1 positive fx is equal to limit x approaches to 1 positive 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1, that is equal to 1. So limiting value and functional value not same at the point x is equal to 1. That means the fx is discontinuous at x is equal to 1. So option A is correct answer. Now come to question 14. Here the function fx is given and we have to find for what value of k the function fx is continuous. Here by applying the definition of continuity, that means a function is said to be continuous at a point x naught if the limiting value of that function at the point x naught and function value at the point x naught are same. That means we have to check at x is equal to 2 the function is we have to find what is the value of k. So by applying limit x approaches to fx and limit x approaches to fx and the function is given as 7x plus 2 root over minus root over of 6x plus 4 by x minus 2, which is of the form 0 by 0 form. By applying L'Hospital rule, we get the limit as 1 by 8. So function value and limiting value are same. That means the value of k must be equal to 1 by 8. So option D is correct one. Now question 15. Here limit x approaches to infinity, ln 1 plus e to the power x by 1 plus x is equal to how much? Here by putting infinity we get the function as infinity by infinity form. So by applying L'Hospital rule we get the limit as is equal to 1 and solution are given in the video. Now question 16. Here fx is a series form and we have to find f's 33th derivative at 0 is equal to how much? Now expanding fx we get 2 to the power 0 x to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1 x to the power 1 dot dot dot. Now applying derivative 33th term we get 2 to the power 33 into 33 factorial, that is given. So option C is correct one. Now question 17. We have to find the Taylor series for fx is equal to 2x square plus 4x minus 3 about the point 1 is how much? And we know Taylor series for fx about x is equal to a is given by fx is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity f nth derivative of a by n factorial into x minus a to the power n, that is fa plus f dash of a by 1 factorial into x minus a plus dot dot dot. Now putting the value we get fx is equal to 2 into x minus 1 whole square plus 8 into x minus 1 plus 3, that is the correct answer. That is option B is correct one. Sorry. Option plus 3, that is option D is correct one. Now question 18. Here z is a implicity function of x and y, and x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 1. Then x del z by del x plus y del z by del y is how much? Now applying from the above equation, z is equal to root over of 1 minus x square minus y square, and del z by del x is minus 2x by 2 into root over of 1 minus x square minus y square, and del z by del y is equal to minus 2y by 2 into 1 minus x square minus y square root over. Now x del z by del x plus y del z by del y is equal to how much? By putting the value of del z by del x and del z by del y we get the result as z minus 1 by z, that is the correct answer. Here the equation of the tangent to the curve 3x square plus 5y square is equal to 23 at point minus 1 comma 2 is how much? And we know that the equation of the tangent to the curve y is equal to fx at a point x naught y naught is given by the formula y minus y naught is equal to f dash of x naught into x minus x naught. Now our aim is to find what is the value of f dash of x. So differentiating the function, we get dy by dx is equal to minus 6x by 10y, and at the point minus 1 comma 2 the value is 3 by 10, that is the slope. So equation of the tangent is y minus 2 is equal to 3 by 10 into x plus 1. By solving this, we get 3x minus 10y plus 23 is equal to 0, which is the equation of the tangent to the curve. Now question 21. In this question, we have to evaluate the double integral, and the solution is provided. Here we have to integrate first in the variable y and then in variable x. So we get the result as the 59 by 4. Now question 22. Here we have to find the triple integral, and the function is given as z square y e to the power x, and x range from 0 to 1, and y range from 1 to 2, and z range from minus 1 to 1. And by applying these and integrate, we get the value as e minus 1, that is the correct answer. Now question 23. Here the matrix A is given and trace of A is 22. Then what is the value of A plus B rho whole square is equal to how much? And we know that trace is equal to the sum of the diagonal element of that matrix. That means 3 plus A plus B equal to 22, as given trace is 22. That means A plus B equal to how much? 22 minus 3, that is 19. Then A plus B whole square equal to 19 square, that is 361. So correct answer is 361. Now question 24. Here S and T are respectively the set of all symmetric and skew symmetric matrix of order n. Then S intersection T is always a singleton set, that is the singleton set is the 0 matrix. So this one is the correct answer, that is option B is correct answer. Now question 25. We have to find the determinant of the matrix this. So here by applying the determinant formula, it is very difficult to evaluate this determinant. So applying row reduction method, we can solve it easily. So let us look. There is the procedure, and the correct answer is 30 into x minus y into y minus z into z minus x. Which one is the correct answer? Now question 26. Here A and B are two square matrix of order n. Then which of the following is true? Here option D is correct, because rank of A plus B is always less than or equal to rank of A plus rank of B. That is the known result. So option D is correct. Now question 27. Here matrix is given as 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, and I is an identity matrix of order 2. Then rank of I minus A is how much? So let us find out I minus A. That is, I is the identity matrix, and I minus A is given as 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, and 1 by 2. Applying row reduction, we get 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, 0, 0. Here number of non-zero row is 1, so rank is 1, that is option C is correct answer. Now come to 28. The system of equation x plus 2y equal to 3 and 3x plus 6y is equal to 4 has how many solutions? Here observe that the coefficient are a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 not is equal to c1 by c2. And we know that in high school mathematics that a system of equation has the no solution when a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 not is equal to c1 by c2. That means the geometrical representation of the two lines are parallel to each other, so we cannot find any solution. That means option A is correct answer. Now come to 29. Here matrix A is given, then one of the eigenvalue of 5i plus a is how much? That is the question. So let us evaluate first what are the eigenvalues of A, and eigenvalues of A are evaluated by using A minus lambda I determinant is equal to 0 by equating the characteristic polynomial to 0, we get lambda 1 is equal to minus 1, lambda 2 is equal to 1, and lambda 3 is equal to 1. And we know that if lambda 1, lambda 2 or lambda 3 is the eigenvalue, then a plus phi pi or phi pi plus a has the eigenvalue 5 plus eigenvalue, that is lambda 1, 5 plus lambda 1 or 5 plus lambda 2 or 5 plus lambda 3. So let us check. First eigenvalue is minus 1, that is 5 plus minus 1, that is 5 minus 1, that is the 4. 4 is the correct answer. And if I take lambda 2 is equal to 1, then 5 plus 1, that is 6. 6 is not in the answer, so we cannot take as the 6, and the correct answer is 4. Now come to question 30. We have to find the minimal polynomial associated with the matrix A is how much. And we know that every minimal polynomial contains the eigenvalue. So first we have to find what are the eigenvalues of that matrix, then we have to find the minimal polynomial. So to evaluate the eigenvalues, we have to solve a minus lambda I determinant equal to 0. So by applying this, lambda 1 is equal to 6 and lambda 2 is equal to minus 3 we get, and the minimal polynomial is given as t plus 3 into t minus 6. Now question 31. Here V is the vector space of all real valued function over R, then which of the following is not a subspace of V? So here option B is correct, because for satisfying subspace or for checking the subspace of V, we have to check the two elements are closed under addition and scalar multiplication present in the subspace. So first check the closure property, that is let f and g be the two function belongs to W, then f plus g must satisfy the equation, and we say that the function is, we say that the subspace W2 is subspace of V. So let us put in place of fx f plus g. So 3 into f plus g triple dash minus 2 into f plus g is equal to 7, and as derivative is linear, so we can apply 3f triple dash plus 3g triple dash minus 2f minus 2g is equal to 7, and which is not is equal to f plus r is a linear transformation. Here the best trick to check the linear transformation is, let simply put t of 0 is equal to 0, then which of the following is satisfied, that is the linear transformation, and another is not linear transformation. Also here we can check that option B is correct one, that is t of xyz is equal to x plus y comma y plus z comma z plus 2x is a linear transformation. One can ask that why option A is not correct, as xy is given. Here also by putting x, y, z is equal to 0, we get the value as the 0. Here observe that the xy is the multiplication of two function, x into multiplication of two variable, that is x into y, and which is not linear. This is the power is 2. So we have to check the linear transformation, that means the coefficient must be linear form. So option A cannot be correct one. So option B is correct. Now question 34. Here T with the mapping from R4 to RQ given by T of ABCD is equal to A plus B, comma B plus C, comma C plus D. Then we have to find what is the value, what is the rank, and what is nullity. So to find rank and nullity, we our first theme is to know the statement of the rank, nullity, and dimension. That is, we know that rank plus nullity is equal to dimension, that is rank of linear transformation plus nullity of linear transformation is equal to dimension of the dimension of vector space V. So here the vector space is R4 and the linear transformation is T, and the standard basis of R4 are 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1, and by applying T on the basis element, we get t of 1 0 0 0 is equal to by applying value a is equal to 1, b is equal to 0, c is equal to 0 and d is equal to 0, we get 1 0 0. Similarly, other are calculated, and writing these terms in matrix form, we get 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1. Here observe that the matrix representation of this is in the form of echelon form, and the rank of the matrix is 3. So if the rank of the matrix is 3, that means the linear transformation has rank also 3. So if rank 3 and dimension is R4, that means 4, then nullity must be is equal to 1. So option C is correct one, that is rank is 3 and nullity is 1. Now question 35. Here consider the continuous function fx is equal to 2 plus x and gx is equal to x square defined in closed interval of 0 1. Then value of the inner product fx comma gx is how much? We know that over a closed interval 0 1, the inner product is defined as integration over 0 to 1 fx into gx dx. So simply put fx as 2 plus x and gx as x square and integrate from 0 to 1. We get it 11 by 12. That is the correct answer. So here total 35 questions are completed. Now after some days I have uploaded question 36 to 70. Also, if you want to read some books related to this topic, I give some link in my description. So kindly check out this book, and if you are interested, then you buy and read the books. The good books are present. So thank you.